I'm Art Fein. This is Little Art's Poker Party, coming to you from Hollywood. We got some very unusual guests today. First one in is Sid Griffin. Sid?
How you doing, Art? Good to see you.
It's great to see you, Sid.
Great.
Didn't I see you? Weren't you in the Long Riders?
Yeah, I was in a band called the Long Riders, and now I'm forming a new group. I think we're going to call it Land of Hope and Crosby. So I should have that percolating pretty soon. Perhaps we'll be on this show one time.
Well, you know, when Little Art's Poker Party was just a little regional
That's right.
show, Long Riders were on, and you were on quite a few times.
I quite seriously think that Long Riders appearance on Little Art's Poker Party many years ago, back when you were just incubating, was the first time the band had ever performed on TV. I think that's true.
Thanks for coming on our show. Next guy, now, you see him here. Can you get a shot of Robert Englund? There's the man, and there's the image right here. Can you zoom in on this? This is Robert made up as Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street. Has the makeup stayed exactly the same for all 4 episodes?
Actually, no. The first makeup was designed by a guy named Dave Miller, who did Thriller, and one of your favorite videos, Art,
Yeah.
for Michael Jackson. And then it was refined by Kevin Yeager, who did all the good stuff on Cocoon. And he's been with me since Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Starting to get into Roman numerals now.
Yeah.
But
Actually, if we could take another look at that. What is that stuff on your hand?
on my hand, it's just an old work glove that they dip in salt water, so it fits me. It's real supple. And then it's hand-pounded brass and copper and fish knives, one of my favorites. They're beveled and they extend off of the glove tips. Good for absconding with nubile teenage girls, etc.
Well, you've got an interesting sort of fame these days, because the Freddy Krueger thing is, and the Nightmare on Elm Street's bigger than ever, yet you can walk around unrecognized, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, I have a certain anonymity. I sort of busted it doing some national magazines, but yeah, I can kind of hide from Freddy. I'm haunted on the Late Show. You know, I'm chasing Cheryl Ladd down the street somewhere right now in Cincinnati at 4 in the afternoon and things like that, but I can still preserve a certain anonymity from Freddy, which is nice. You know, it's weird though. I'll go in to get like a fuel pump or something at Pep Boys, and the parts department will go, "Yo, Krueger," to me, and I get busted once in a while. It's a little uncomfortable.
Well, this is a music talk show. We don't talk about movies here. Now, you're a longtime Los Angeles guy. I know that you've seen this show when it was on cable locally,
I loved
weren't
it.
you?
And I think you guys gigged with Rank and File?
Yes.
That's where I was trying to. Yeah.
We were trying to get Tony Kimmin in the new band, Greg Souders and I, but we couldn't wean him away from his brother. You know, it goes back to whatever, the Bee Gees or the Beach Boys, the Osmonds. A brother act is hard to break up. Yeah. And Chip's slot was filled by myself, so we couldn't have them both. But Tony Kimmin, Rank and File, and Chip are both big buddies of mine. Now Blackbird, I believe it is.
Sometimes they were in Minneapolis or somewhere.
Yeah, we did a series of Midwestern dates with them that went over real well. Those were good shows, good fun shows. Because they're the type of people you meet in Los Angeles, and you know them enough to say hi, but then you get on the road and play a lot of gigs, and you exchange experiences and have a groovy friendship for when you get back to LA.
When they were the Dills, were they from up north originally? Were they from here and they went up? No, I know they were in San Francisco.
Well, they were born. Their pop was a Marine Corps guy, and they were born back east. Tony was born at Camp Lejeune, and Chip was born at Quantico, and so they've been all around the joint. I mean, now back to Southern California with that base down by San Diego, whatever that is. So.
So you've been on the music scene. I mean, you never were in a band or anything.
No. Just a fan, no expert. If you guys
But
start
you're
doing
pretty
family trees or something, I'm gonna hide.
But you had most of the records on that wall.
Yeah, and you really do know your stuff. It's pretty impressive.
I always want to ask questions. Like I want to find out things about Dion and Fred Neil and the Dolphins. I always want to ask things like that from you guys. That's why I used to always watch, Little Arts. Yeah.
Well,
write
listen,
things down.
we have a couple.
Who knew Johnny Ace?
I have a couple standard questions, like what was the first record you ever bought?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I think it was Personality, but I can't remember.
Lloyd Price.
Lloyd Price, right? Yeah. That was the first one.
Flip side, have you ever had the Blues? Quite a good song too.
Yeah, I played that a lot too, but I couldn't remember Lloyd Price's name backstage.
So you grew up around L.A. Did you? When was the first concert you went to?
Boy.
I mean, because this is land of millionaires.
It's so hard to separate this. I think it was Ike and Tina Turner on the Santa Monica Pier with the Ikettes, and one of the Ikettes was Bonnie from Delaney and Bonnie and Friends. And I was like 14, and it was real hip to have the ID bracelets, and and danced with the East LA girls, you know, had the best perfume. Yeah, it was pretty great. That was the first one I remember was like really considered a concert, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then all that real sort of snotty suburban stuff like the Cinnamon Cinder we mentioned earlier and stuff like that. But there were some good groups. I mean, early Righteous Brothers live there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
That kind of predates my LA experience. That Cinnamon Cinder was...
Cinnamon Cinder was on Ventura Boulevard, and it later became like a sort of psychedelic place called Middle Earth or something like that. And it sort of carried over from a teen show that was out at Pickwick Stables and Pickwick Riding Stables and Drive-In out there. That was this real big hit teen show. I think it was called the Formula 42 Teen Show because that was that stuff girls used to spray their ratted hair then. It was right after Dick Clark's original show, you know, Beech Nut, Spearmint Gum, it's flavorific. Right around in there. Real good late 50s, early 60s stuff.
You know, we want to talk about music, and we also deal with live music here. I mean, a lot of times we hardly ever have lip syncs because we don't believe in them. But we want to bring up a band. I want to bring them up early. I got my own reasons for this, but I want to bring them on. These are some kids from, what are they? From LA, I guess. I mean, it's as specific as I can get it because I know they come from all over the place. Saddle Sores, I caught them playing at the Gaslight, which is like a hole in the wall. You said it used to be something else. It's a place in Hollywood down. Beto Litos. It was. It's next to the Ivar Strip Show Theater and the library. It's a real great hole in the wall place that only the real.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, I guess if you don't like the show at the Gaslight, you can always go to the strip show. But I caught these guys there, and I couldn't believe it. And ironically, they happen to have in the can already a song about Freddy Krueger, your character. But we're not going to do that right now. Right now, we're going to do another thing written and performed by the Saddle Sores. Guys, are you ready? Let's go. Hey, guys. Yeah.
Well done,
What are they, guys? Unbelievable. That's the kind of band we like to see every week here.